kind of highlighted that it did take us a little while to give birth to this document that we prepared, but that Summerfield really needs to remain rural. We still need to be able to see cows around our town once in a while. And so thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to you two for presenting our recommendations. It's pretty hard to condense the amount of work that we did into that presentation, so thank you, Jason, for your details in there. I really enjoyed the committee work. You know, we started off with one of the more difficult policies, and it took us a while to think that we were actually going to be able to agree on anything and accomplish anything, but because we first started on commercial development. And that was not the right one to start on as we tried to work through our process. And I'm actually, I think that would be a recommendation for you going forward is to start with some easy ones and feel your way through on how you're going to get this done.
Yeah.
I wanted to also point out that in the comprehensive plan, we only focused on those policies that were written that we showed on the eye chart test over here. But if you looked in the comprehensive plan, you could find statements in the discussion about those policies that said what the wanted future was like and what the unwanted future was like. And this gave us some trouble trying to figure out the weight and significance that we gave to those policies that were summarized at the beginning. I think the zoning board really needs a clear, agnostic, unambiguous development ordinance to guide our town. Our comprehensive plan had some policies that we could work with, but the discussion documents gave us some reason to worry about some of these things, and you don't need that. You need to come up, and I'm sure want to work with a clear plan.
Shall goes where shall.
And thank you, Terry, for showing what the process looks like and how you're going to get started on this. I do think we need to add, as I said at a recent town council meeting, we need to have deadlines, and I see you've started on a deadline. We need to have clear responsibilities and accountabilities from everybody. Because this UDO is the most important document that guides the growth of our town, and we've waited far too long for this to be finished. We've used 2 consulting firms, and between $400,000 and $500,000 so far, which has gotten us an uncompleted document. We now know that our revisions will help it meet the comprehensive plan. Some of the decisions I see that you will have will be technical in nature, things like setbacks and what type of antennas do you want to have on roofs. Permission for a few more seconds? Some of these will be political, and these are going to be some very difficult ones for you to decide. Things like open space requirements. I'm worried that there's going to be reasons put in front of you to delay this process. Things like a water study, which even though the results will be announced in the summertime, it will take a long time after that point to come to any conclusion. And I would hate to see you use that as a reason to delay important decisions. So I have some of these nagging worries that there will be delays, that it won't be as transparent as possible, and that there won't be clear accountabilities to finish this. But I will tell you that there are 10 committee members that really want this to be completed. And we might even show up at the meetings just to make sure that you get it done, because this wound up being a rewarding process for all of us, and I hope it will be for you too.
No, I just signed my name just in case, yeah, Carrie. Yeah, forgot about me. We're good.
Okay. Any other business?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to make a comment that the entire team, I think, did a wonderful job, and I think that also you and Carrie and especially our team leadership with Andrew and Jason was absolutely remarkable and kept us focused and on track and so forth. So thank you very much.
Are there no other comments? I don't know that you required people to sign up, did you?
I had this up there. Anybody else want to comment? We still have a few minutes. We're going to be out here by 7 o'clock, so. Or 8 o'clock.
I think Clark just has.
No, I'm scratching my head.
Oh.
I wasn't raising my hand.
You just bought it.
So are we going to get we represented in the media? Do you feel like what we share as transparent and true information will get correctly shared? That would be really good.
You're right, you will for me, I mean,
Yeah.
you'll be
I
fine.
certainly will make every effort to do that. Thank you. Just to not disrupt the process is the main goal there.
Can I just add one thing? Because there were those 10 people we talked about that were on the committee, now a lot of good education is being filtered out into the community by all of us. So we got educated, and some people were educated before I wasn't. But I think the domino effect is really going to help, and I would encourage anyone who has questions about our process, our recommendations, please find one of the committee members and talk to them and walk through it. Because we are here as citizens who volunteered, and we didn't get paid anything to do this. We spent a lot of sweat equity into making it right, and we are happy to talk to anyone about it.
Did I ask a question on this sometime?
Uh,
Would it be possible for one of at each of our meetings that we're reviewing to have a committee member there, so if we want to ask further questions about what they went through, is that possible?
we will have one there.
I think Bob.
I mean, so
We'll
we
have
have
two
two
there.
voting member there.
We'll have two.
Just about.
And we'll have all the
And they're all-
notes behind the recommendations. That was why that was really important to have.
Just about.
Yeah.
Scott?
Yeah, Ryan.
And just a quick note, we were
That's
talking
okay.
earlier about next Tuesday's meeting is Tuesday because of the Memorial Day holiday. We have traditionally town staff have been criticized for scheduling a meeting day after a holiday. How dare you, people will be on vacation. And I bring that up just to be really clear that, okay, we're all in this room, agree, we're having a meeting, you're having a zoning board meeting next Tuesday, and to say, please don't let that get you bogged down in the future. You obviously have a lot of work ahead of you. We're not looking for perfection in every detail of the meeting, the planned meeting day, the time. We cannot please everyone every night. And so go about your business the way you know you should without getting bogged down in that.
Thanks, Scott.
Can I make one comment?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, to your point, I agree, and I was going to add before we close, spread the word. We want public comment, we want people here. I mean, I don't know how many times we have a zoning board meeting, and it's us. So if people want to understand what we do, want to understand the UDO, become involved, come to the meetings, come listen. We're going to give you a chance to comment at some point, whether every meeting or at some point in time. So come listen and come be involved. The more you know now, the less it's going to be difficult at the end.
If you come to the next meeting, they will get to observe the process of a rezoning case
There you go.
according to our current ordinance. And
Okay, great.
the ins and outs of that. So
It started with UDO, right? Yeah. Okay. With that said, I make a motion we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned.